Live from clickorlando.com, this is News 6 at 5:30. This is a News 6 Plus takeover. Here now is Lisa Bell and Candace Campos with Florida Foodie.
Hello and welcome back to Florida Foodie. I'm your host, Candace Campos. All right, the pandemic led to many Floridians finding new jobs and those side hustles. But for today's guest, the extra time at home led them to start making their own chili oils and hot sauce. Now they spend their days working as software engineers, and then they use a little bit of their free time making spicy condiments inspired by their shared love for jiu-jitsu. Pretty cool, right? We are very happy to be joined today by Jay Lee and Jason Rom from Tapped. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Okay, first off, Tapped. Is this like the tapping of like when you're battling in jiu-jitsu?
You're 100% right.
Yeah?
We wanted people to get tapped out, not on the spice, but the flavor.
The flavor.
So we're like, all right, it's catchy, and it kind of led because we started jiu-jitsu, and I was giving Jason hot sauce quite a few times, and he was like, oh, I actually named the hot sauce Armbar, and it's this one here, and he was like, I'm going to name it Armbar. And Jason was like, wow, you're really naming it Armbar? And then Jason gave me the idea. I was like, hey, you should name it Tapped Out, right?
Yeah, usually when you try hot sauce, you'd be like, this is too spicy, I'm going to tap out or something.
Out,
yeah,
right.
So I thought it'd be appropriate for that. And like tapping out is a main game of jiu-jitsu too. Like you work into submitting each other and like until someone taps out. That's why like we name all of our sauces based from the moves too. So we got bow and arrow, which is a kind of choke. Darts is a kind of choke. Kimura is an arm lock. Yeah. Armbar is another arm lock too. So
that is awesome. All right, and obviously you guys look like buddies. Give me an idea of your background and how this all came to be.
Yeah, we met each other at Accent Technologies, the software company where we work for, and like we like when I first started, like we trade paths, and I was like, this guy is Asian. Like I gravitate towards Asian people.
Right.
And, like, I don't see a lot of Asian people, so like, hey, what's up? And then one day he wanted to go to the gym, and he was gonna go with someone else, and his buddy at the time canceled. So I was like, oh, I'll take you, because I loved working out, and he ended up going with me, and then we started hanging out a lot, and we hung out a couple times before, but like when you go to the gym with someone, you really get to know them.
You're bonding now.
Yeah.
This is bro bonding.
You're yelling at
sweat.
each other. Yeah, a lot of sweat and tears, and you know. And I was like, we started training together, and I dragged him to do jiu-jitsu, and kind of like everything happened. We became best friends. Yeah.
So how long ago was that?
So I started work at Accent about 4 years ago.
Okay.
And I think 2 years in, 1 year in, I was like always already like hanging out. And at the time, like I have a girlfriend, but she used to work at the restaurant. So my weekends, I didn't really see her in the weekends because she worked that night. So I'll always hang out with him. We'll have this thing called a meat night, and we'll get to that, like how it came, one of the sauces came about. But we always like cook out after the gym on Friday nights. And we'll get her like our favorite protein and just do bro stuff.
Yeah. That sounds broski, right?
Broski, yeah. I was like, yeah, come on, man.
for the gains, you know.
Yeah.
So.
I was like
Of course.
dragging him. Come on, man. We got this, you know? So, I mean, it was a good time, and I think everything happened for a reason. And I think this is a big reason.
Yeah. All right. So it's Tapped. When did you guys have that moment to say we need something on our grill outs, or what? When did you guys decide to start making the oils and the hot sauces?
It was like September of 2021.
Okay.
And I made the hot sauces. I was making this hot sauce for a while, and then we gave him that name.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. Like I like cooking and just giving weird stuff to friends, you know. So
like Jason.
Yeah. Here, try
I don't
this.
mind, yeah.
He doesn't mind.
I like to be his guinea pig.
I
yeah.
gave him so much sourdough during the pandemic. Weird stocking one. Anyways, we made this dish called mapo tofu, which is a Chinese Szechuan Chinese dish. And then it's like tofu with like some protein, and then it requires like Szechuan peppers, like oil. So I was like, Jason, can you like pick that up from the Asian grocery store? Because like, it's like, you can't really find that out in Publix.
Right.
So, he's like, no, I'm going to make it. I'm like, dude, what? Just buy it.
Yeah.
I'm like, just buy it. And then he's like, no, he just like persisted. I'm like, okay, like make it.
Yeah, like the COVID got me into cooking, so I was wanting to try different things, and like one of the things that I wanted to try was chili oil. So I was like, hey, I want to try this, and like make it special for the meat night. So I did, yeah, and that's how Dars came to be.
Yeah.
And then you guys said, okay, we love it so much.
And then we did a couple like we loved it so much, and I was like, I sat down, I was like, like enjoying my food, and like, Jason, like, let's add this to the lineup. Like, this is it.
Yeah.
And then that wasn't the final recipe, and we like fine-tuned the recipe, and then we're like, let's add it. And Jason was like, I don't think like a lot of people enjoy chili oil in America.
Yeah.
And, like, this is like a lot of people in Asia use chili oil.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, this is really good. And I finally got him on board with it, and we started doing it. And we did like a couple of pop-up events, and people loved it. And now like we made another one, so.
This is your baby.
He's our baby, yeah.
Right?
I was so hesitant at first because like chili oil, like not a lot of people know about it, and I was like, can you really make a business out of this? Like most of our audience, like at Satellite Beach, doesn't have any introduction to chili oil, so right. I was very hesitant about it, but so we tried giving it to friends, and like they were like, oh, what is this? Like it's like it's nothing like they've tried before, so that what's convinced me to actually you join a business with him.
Yeah, and you found that niche, you found that spot.
Yeah.
I mean, and if you think about it, and we talked to so many people with this podcast that they just started posting pictures of the stuff on Instagram, or people started tagging them, and it just starts snowballing. Is that kind of how you guys are? What's your best way of selling? Is it through social? Is it through those pop-ups? How, what's the best way people find you?
I think our main like first target was social. We were like, hey, and because like what Jason said, no one really knew how to use it. We were like, we got to teach people how to use it. So we made a bunch of like recipe videos. So I think people was like, they're like legit, and like they actually know about like how to apply this food, the sauce onto food. So like, and then we started doing a couple pop-ups, and like we had this store called Raintree, like they asked for a pop-up, so we went, and like we're cooking dumplings in the morning.
Yes.
Like, I was like, all right, and then we started giving it out to people, and they'll like buy it, and they're like, oh gosh, it's good.
It's good.
And they're like, what is this?
And I feel like it also helps when you give out recipes, because I saw on your website you also have recipes. It kind of gives people, the first step into trying it. So what's your favorite recipe with your favorite product? I know it's like asking your favorite baby, but you have to tell me.
Chili oil, I like it on dumplings a lot. So like since I've made this one, I just keep buying dumplings.
So do you cook the dumplings in the oil, or you just kind of drizzle the oil?
Just drizzle it. So like I use it as it is, just like a hot sauce basically, and just eat it. So I like dumplings. I like it on ramen too. Just give it a little bit of spice in it.
It makes it more bougie.
Yeah,
it does, doesn't it? I mean, if you're gonna just make simple, I mean, I know ramen cannot be, can be simple, but I know you can certainly dress it up, and that's an easy way of doing it, right?
It really is. I actually recorded a video of like me doing cup ramen, like college food, right?
Yeah.
Put some like I literally said, if you want to get fancy, or like if you want to go extra, you put some chili oil on it.
That's perfect. What's your favorite meal with product?
I'm a big hot sauce guy, so I really like On Bar.
Okay, it's your both of your babies.
Yeah, both our babies.
Yeah.
No, but I really love this one, the black garlic chili oil. It has sesame oil, so it's like my Korean flavors. So I really like it on salmon.
And speaking of Korean, you guys also have background, so give us an idea. You guys have family still.
Yeah. My family lives in South Florida, but my mother did food catering her whole life. So we're Korean, and like she's so like serious about food too. I had to get serious about food. Like I can't like take my mom to a restaurant. No restaurant's good enough for her. She's sorry, mine's better.
I'm from Philippines originally. Yeah, and like back home, like we use chili oil a lot. So like we get like shumai after like grocery shopping, and we just put chili oil on it, and that's how I knew about the condiment.
That's amazing.
Stay with us as we talk to the guys behind Tapped about how their 9 to 5 has influenced how they sell their spicy creations. Welcome back to Florida Foodie. We've been sitting down with the guys behind Tapped about how their friendship and Asian roots inspired a line of hot sauces and chili oils.
I love how it's really simple. It's nothing crazy. It's not like screaming like dragons, and it's a simple. It says Tapped on it. It's white. Why the simplicity? Is there something that you guys were going for there?
I mean, when you go to a hot sauce bar and you see all those like pictures of like dragons, demons and stuff, like we kind of want to stand out from the rest. So like we thought like, hey, let's go the opposite direction.
Love it.
And like just do something simple.
Yeah. I just like clean labels.
Clean lines,
I come from like software background, but I mainly do iOS development. And you know how like Apple is, like it's very simple. And I always like, I'm a big fan of like Apple and how they do marketing and stuff like that. So I'm like, I want to keep our labels as simple as possible.
I was going to ask if that little bit of computer background kind of gave you that feel. So you guys are both software engineers. Very exciting stuff, right? I mean, so
can be. Yeah.
So what do you guys do as software engineers? Build software.
Yeah, build software. I do mainly apps and
I do front end and back end for websites and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys needed to do something kind of hot and spicy, I guess, right?
Yeah, I want to do something around food.
You want to do something with food?
I want to do food, but like my way.
Yeah.
Like, so I didn't want to do like restaurants and stuff because it took too much away from my time.
Yeah.
And eventually, if I can, I'll do it. I think that's more of a luxury for me if you could own a restaurant and do that full time. But this was something that we could do on the side and have fun with it, you know?
Like for me, I just fell in love with the process of like starting my own business because like I've always like for me, I always had an employer and like working for them, and like it's fun like being your own boss.
Yeah.
Deciding where you want to bring your company to.
So this is still a baby company. I mean, we're still talking about a couple years old, right?
Yeah, no. This is we became a company in beginning of February.
Of this year?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was of 2020.
2022, we officially became an LLC.
Okay. Well, congratulations. You're almost a year old.
Yeah, I know.
So what's next? What do you guys want to do?
We want to grow this thing. We want to scale it. I think that's one of those things in like the food industry that it's not really taught. And so it's something that we have to figure out.
Right.
So we're figuring out a way to like, how do we scale it? We've spoken to people that like told us about their stories and how they scaled it. Sometimes it's a little bit scary how they did it. So we're like, we're trying to figure out different paths in order to grow this thing, because we want this to be like a everyday, like household Asian item. Yeah. And this is like not our end all thing. So, and we want to really be into the jiu-jitsu community too, because it's like, that's another niche. Like it's so big, and like, I love the jiu-jitsu community. So it's really good people. So yeah. And I think Jason, like, I'm like, hey, like, let's grow this, and he's like on the same boat. But he's like,
yeah, like we want to turn this more into like a lifestyle or like a food brand almost, like expanding to different kinds of products like energy drinks or like snacks, healthy snacks, things like that.
Yeah,
I love that. Okay, so you guys don't have a brick and mortar yet. You will one day. I know you will. Yeah.
We're coming for you.
So yeah. So where can people find it? Where can they support the local biz?
We have a couple of local places that like smaller shops.
In Satellite Beach?
Yeah, in Satellite Beach that carries it. Right now we can't really get into other bigger places anymore, like because we're basically tapped out.
Yeah,
like, we can't do this like brick and mortar. So
slow and steady.
Please order online.
Yes.
Yeah, like just online is our best bet. We're usually pretty good like keeping up with the orders and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the best place to find us.
And what's the price range when it comes to this stuff?
These are I think $11.99 and $13.99 right now, but I think we have it on sale right now. But it's a little bit more pricier than like average sauces.
But it's quality versus quantity, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you look at this and you can see like the chili in it. You can see all the, you can see what's in it, which is just so cool.
Yeah.
And when you look at the ingredients, it's pretty. I mean, it's like the big, like I can read it. That's always like the big question is like, what are the ingredients? What's in it? Yeah. Can I read the ingredients? And all this looks like it's something that you guys have been able to build.
Exactly.
Yeah, like all of our ingredients are natural. And some of them like even like takes like a month to make. For example, like for kimura, we use black garlic, and it takes like 4 weeks for the raw garlic to turn black before we could use it.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many of these do you make at a time? You don't make one at a time, do you?
It would be like, what's it, 24 bottles?
Like 28 bottles per batch.
Is this at your homes, or
Yeah.
you guys have a kitchen
We
somewhere?
have out of our homes right now.
Yeah.
So it's,
What does the family and the girlfriends and all that fun
oh
stuff
my gosh,
think?
my girlfriend's like, when are you guys getting a kitchen?
Yeah, like my house just smells like a Chinese.
that smells really good though.
Yeah, I mean that's the big driving factor. Like big driving factor. We want a kitchen.
Yeah.
Or we want something somewhere that's made.
That you can start producing this stuff a little.
We just want to don't give up quality.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. Like I think quality is the biggest thing, and we don't. Sometimes it's hard to trust. Like you said, it's our baby.
Right, these manufacturers. All right, so can I try one?
Yeah, let's
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh.
I was waiting for you.
Really? Okay. I
right.
have chips. I know this is not like dumplings, but you know,
No.
it's as good as we've got here.
Yeah, I make dips with the chili oil. Just put like sour cream and like put like a tablespoon of chili oil.
Really?
Yeah.
With sour cream. That sounds like a almost like a Super Bowl. You can kind of do like a dip for a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I actually did that.
Okay.
I did that. Like I made a buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah.
With the armbar for a Super Bowl party once.
There you go.
Yeah.
Is that recipe on your website?
No, I don't think that's it. I'll shoot it to you. Okay,
right.
so
So which one am I trying first?
You're gonna try the
Let's start with the mildest, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Work your way towards the hottest.
Try not to kill me.
armbar. Here,
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna just do. A
All right, but then while I'm eating, you guys have to talk. So you have to
All
come
right,
up with
I
something to
gotcha.
talk about. All right, let's see.
Yeah, so this one is curry based. Like if I could describe the flavor, it has curry and jalapenos, and then Fuji apples for some sweetness in it.
It is a little sweet.
Mm-hmm.
That is good.
It has like monk fruit sugar, so it's not like that. It's not like real
Mhm.
sugar, which is like
Yeah.
no added calories from sugar.
That's good.
And
We tried to make our sauces sugar free, so we find like alternatives to make it sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
This one is, like Jay said, is monk fruit sugar.
You kind of feel that earthy from the mushrooms. You get that sweet from the apple, and I love a good like vinegar based one too. I feel like it's nice and smooth like that.
yeah,
This one I like for like breakfast tacos,
Yes.
eggs and stuff, because it's mild. It won't burn you.
All right, Jay. What's this one?
this is the black garlic chili oil.
Okay. Am I gonna die?
No.
Well,
This one has like sesame, like sweet. I love this one with steak. I use this one the most.
that's bomb.
Thank
That
you.
is legit bomb. You can drizzle that on steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like do that, like just like on steak, like make like
Mm.
compound butter with it and stuff like that, fish and stuff. Yeah.
We have this guy who loves this one, and he's from South Carolina.
Mhm.
He drove down once. He's like, "Can I get 10 jars of chili oil?"
10?
Yeah, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, what are you gonna do with this oil?" I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
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 That is awesome.
Yeah.
But that makes great for gifts, holiday,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I
Mhm.
mean, a little set like this
Mhm.
goes a long way because this is stuff you really can't find this natural,
Yeah.
all kind of focused in on the taste like this at a store. Or if you
Wow.
are, you're like shoving through all the loud, obnoxious labels.
Yeah,
And this one,
it
it's like
really is.
focused.
That's why we want to get straight to the heart. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, like we're all about flavor.
Okay, I really like that second one. The first one was still good.
So like, if you like both,
Okay.
you gotta mix them together when you eat dinner. Like, and we have some for you.
Oh
But
my
like, you
gosh.
gotta mix them together when you're like, we always like cross mix it.
Okay.
All right, so this is I'm gonna do the Dar's chili oil.
Lisa's gonna be so bummed that she couldn't do today.
Oh,
We got some gift bags for her too.
You did.
so-
You guys are the
Yeah.
best. That's so sweet. So now it's just kind of putting your twist to it.
yeah.
All right. So where can people find you on social media?
Social media, follow us on Tap Sauce and Facebook, Tap Sauce. And then our website is tapsauce.com.
Well, guys, well, good luck with everything. We can't wait to continue to, hear about your success. Please come back when your restaurant opens or your next pop-up or whatever the case may be. We'd love to follow along.
We'll love that.
Congrats.
You can always watch Florida Foodie anytime on News 6 Plus.